Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Emmy here, and I'm so glad that you have clicked onto this video and you are watching this. As you can tell by the title, this is my roaccutane journey video, and just want to say I call it roaccutane. I know a lot of people call it accutane and like other pronunciations, but roaccutane, accutane, same thing. The reason why I want to make this video today is because before I went on roaccutane, before I took that step to actually talk to a dermatologist about my skin, I watched like 10, 20 plus videos on roaccutane because I was so afraid of the side effect, how the skin reacted, and as well if their skin finally cleared up. So I wanted to make this video for you guys. If you are looking into getting to roaccutane, or you are in the middle of roaccutane and you're scared that it's not going to work, because that was me, watch this video because I'm breaking down my whole skin journey. Because let me tell you, my skin has not been this clear since 2016. That's that. Let's get into video. Brief breakdown. I'm going to talk about my skin journey, and then I'm going to talk about dermatologist journey and what I needed to take with roaccutane, because I didn't just need to take roaccutane, which was very unique compared to other people that I've watched. I also will be talking about the side effects, because let me tell you, there are a lot, and I'm going to show you heaps and heaps of videos and photos of when I was going for roaccutane, my skin before, my skin during each month, and now my skin after. I am wearing just concealer and mascara, just to let you guys know. And if you look at my skin, I've got my light as well. I don't think there's even one blemish, which is crazy. Anyway, let's get on to the video. So, context on my skin journey, and it has been a long one, let me tell you. A really really long one. So in 2016 I was the age of 13, 14, I can't even do maths right now, but this is when my skin was super clear, and I would rock up to school with like maybe one blemish and I'll be like, yeah, like I'm chilling, vibe. But then I moved to a different school in about year 10. I was about 15, 16 years old, and that's when my skin decided to turn for the worse, and I realized that my skin was not doing so great. It wasn't as clear as it used to be, and it's so weird because both my sisters have been on roaccutane and their skin was pretty much bad from like 13. So it was very weird that my skin started when I was like 16, but I guess puberty hits everyone different and your skin reacts different. From a young age I've had something called staph. That's the short word for it. I'll put the actual big long scientific word for this, but when I was like 13, 12, I had a lot of flare-up of this staph bacteria that lives in your skin, and I had a big flare-up of that in those young years, and the doctor said that I have a lot like in my nose and under my skin, and it will flare up at times. When I started getting my acne, I thought honestly it was a cause of this bacteria, so I was like, well, there's nothing much I can do about it. This is a photo of me in 2018, about February. As you can tell, I'm not wearing any makeup because you can see my freckles. My forehead was mainly where it was at, my forehead and chin. I never got acne on my cheeks until I started roaccutane. So you can see that it started in 2018, and I didn't really take any photos of my skin. If I did, I'll put them here in between the 2018 and 2020, because apparently 2019 I just didn't give about my skin. But I've got a couple photos of my skin in 2020. As you can see, it was lockdown and my skin did not react good to lockdown. I think it's because it was just bad. By 2020, the stress of year 12 and lockdown and a lot of other contributing factors, my skin was just not handling it. So I think it was a combination of just my skin naturally going bad during puberty, stress, lack of sleep, all these factors. I've got a video. This was in June 14, 2020. As you can tell, it is forehead and chin, not my cheeks. As you can see, the cheeks and the nose area right here completely clear, which was so odd, but it's very common because like that's your T-zone. 2020 was when I was getting sick and tired of my skin, and I was like, this is the year I'm going to do something. So in the midst of lockdown, I went to my GP, so general practitioner, and I was like, here's my skin, please help me because I'm over it. And they're like, oh, are you sure? Like, you can just try a different like cleanser, it's not that bad. Let me tell you, I changed so many cleansers. I had dermatologist approved cleansers, I had like natural cleansers with like no silicones and paraffin. Nothing was helping. So my GP said there was nothing wrong, but she was like, I'll give you something called Dox Ice. So it was just a pill I took every day. It did clear up my skin a little bit. I don't have photos and stuff of if it cleared up. It cleared it up a little bit, mainly just cleared up my forehead, so my forehead was completely gone. So smooth, but my chin did not disappear. I had my chin still there, and I was like, all right, well, I'm glad that it cleared up half my face, but like one half is still going bad and that needs to be fixed. As you go on, you can't take that on forever, so I went off it, and literally I think even like within 1 week my acne came all flooding back, like completely came back, and I was like, all right, well, that was nice while it lasted, but I've got it back, so what do I do? 2021 came over and I was just living with my acne, so my thing to deal with it, I was just putting heaps and heaps of makeup on it. I was shoving it on, which is not healthy for your skin. It's not letting it breathe. But I would wake up in the morning and be like, okay, today I'm not wearing makeup because I'm not leaving the house. It ruined my self-esteem. Like, I did not want to even walk around my house where only my family seeing me with my skin. Like, I had to put on makeup. So here's a couple photos from 2021, which is last year. As you can see, my forehead went crazy. I think Doxycycline actually like brought everything back after I went off it. Like, it came all back, and as you can tell, absolutely crazy, and my forehead is a war zone. It was terrible. Halfway through 2021 and we went through another lockdown down here in Australia, Melbourne, and I was like to my mum, stuff it, like, I'm fixing my skin now. This is it, I'm fixing it. We had to go to the GP. Finally referred me one. Again, it took 3 months, and then I finally got to the dermatologist, and he looked at my skin and he was like, 100% you need roaccutane, your skin is crazy. This is a picture of me before roaccutane. Like, I took it on the day I first went to him for him to prescribe me roaccutane, and when you're going roaccutane, it's a very harsh chemical upon your body. It's just really bad, so there's a lot of precautions that need to take place. So like, my dermatologist gave me the script, and then I had to go get my blood tested before I could actually take the pill. So I started taking roaccutane. He said once a day for like 2-3 weeks, and then I up it to 2 a day, so in the morning and night. And for roaccutane, you have to take it with food, or else I think it's really bad for your stomach lining. Like I said, it's a very harsh pill to have. I'm gonna put a whole bunch of photos right now of my skin starting roaccutane, because if anyone says roaccutane doesn't flare up your skin, is lying. My skin was triple times worse than it was before. I had these big cystic boils on my forehead. It would hurt. I remember I was like crying one day because it would hurt to lift up my eyebrow. It was horrible. So here's a couple photos. I've got a couple on the same day. This was October, so I started, I think, September. It was like a couple weeks in, and as you can tell, my forehead gone crazy, and now you can see the acne is going up my actual cheek, up to connecting to my eyebrow, and you can tell that these are not nice ones. These are not nice little whiteheads or anything. These are like cystic ones that are painful as hell. And then here's a photo of me at night time. This is also later in October. You can see my skin is all shiny because that's how much moisturizer I had to put on, or else I would wake up in the middle of the night and feel crusty, like my skin was peeling, as well as these big boils on my face. So it was about 3 months in. So I've got a video here in November. It looks like it's clearing up a little bit, but my forehead is still crazy, and it's not nice little pimples. These are big cystic boils literally on my forehead. Here's more videos. It's all over my face, all over my cheeks. There's some areas that look like it's clean, like my chin, but it is still the same, and I was going frantic. I was going crazy because I was like, this is not working for me. It's been 3 months. Normally you're supposed to have some signs that it's better in 3 months. So I had my 3-month checkup with my dermatologist, and I rocked up like that, and here's a video of me on the day that I rocked up to him. So yeah, that's how it looked like when I rocked up 3 months later, when you're expecting some sort of improvement. So he prescribed me this pill, antibiotic called erythromycin. He said a lot of people take it if roaccutane isn't working after 3 months to like jumpstart it again. I had to, on top of that, have that twice a day as well as roaccutane twice a day. So I was taking 4 pills a day just on my skin. That's how much it needed help. But I think this was my saving grace, because after that my skin switched mid-Jan. Here's a couple more videos. You can see it's still bad because I think the antibiotics take a while to kick in. So we're into Jan, and this photo on the 7th of Jan, I was just out of lockdown. You can tell that it's like scarring mostly, and they're not boils anymore. And this was the moment that I was so relieved. I was like, finally. And literally, here's the video. This is like a week and a half later, and this is my skin. Not a blemish in sight. I have scarring and I still will continue to have scarring, but this is 24th of Jan, like 2 weeks after, 3 weeks after, and my skin is clear. And right now it's April and my skin is exactly the same. So I stopped taking like update videos. I've only got a couple, so I'll put them in here. That's pretty much my skin. It cleared up all of a sudden randomly. So I stopped taking roaccutane last week, so it's been 1 week off and I haven't had any differences yet. He did say that it takes a while to get out of your system, so I'm a bit worried that's gonna come back. If it comes back, I'll obviously make an update video. So we're moving on to the side effects. This is a really long video, I'm so sorry, and this is probably the most important part that anyone wants to hear. Side effects, there were a lot. So first one that I have already talked about was the big boils that came out. Like, I had cystic kind of acne before, but not so much that I couldn't raise my eyebrows. That was the major thing for me. The second side effect that everyone experiences, and they tell you all about it before, dry skin. Your body is dry. I had to buy so much moisturizer for my body. My elbows were ashy. Along with the dry skin, my third side effect that I actually hated so much is that my skin got scratched so easily. So I work at a job where I have to handle a lot of sharp objects just on a general basis, and every time I would come home from a shift at that job, I would have a scratch somewhere. And it's not like it's bleeding, it's literally my skin was peeling off my hands. So every time I would come home from work, I would have like pieces of my knuckles like peeling off, just pieces everywhere peeling off, and it was not fun because it would peel off and it'd be very sore and sensitive. My fourth side effect that I've realized on me, I've got a lot of scarring. I'm not talking about acne scars, because of course you're gonna have that after you've experienced all of that from roaccutane and before with your normal acne, but I'm talking about scars just from the scratches that I was getting so easily because my skin was so weak. So like my dog would jump on me and I would get a big scratch even though her nails aren't sharp, and I've got scars on my leg. My skin just scarred instead of healing it. I've got scars all over my shoulders as well. But another thing why I got scarring was from the sun. So roaccutane, they tell you not to go in the sun, but it was summer and I still went in the sun. The sun will make like blisters on my skin. It was not fun. The fifth side effect, or sixth, I don't know what I'll have to, but everyone talks about this in the video, dry lips. My lips are so dry. So right now they still are, because my dermatologist said you experience the side effects even way after you finish roaccutane for like a month. It's now on this side, but the corner of my mouth, I would wake up in the morning and try and talk to someone and I wouldn't be able to. I went through so many lip balms. I think I bought a lip balm and I used it in 2 weeks. I'm gonna give a recommendation. Okay, we've got that, but this was literally my holy grail. It's a lip mask. I put this on every night and it is amazing. I recommend getting like heaps of lip balm when you're on roaccutane, if you're thinking about going on roaccutane. And the last side effect that I remember, I'm sure there was a lot more, it was my like dry blood nose. So I would wake up in the morning and like not be able to breathe through like one side of my nostril, and I'll be like, what the hell? So like I'll put a tissue up, the tissue will come out and it was covered in dry blood. So that was something that was not fun at all, because I felt like I couldn't breathe for like a couple months. It stopped halfway through though, as soon as I started taking the antibiotic. That reminds me, I have to talk about a side effect of the antibiotic. I wanted to get off it as soon as I had a couple days on it, because the nausea it makes you feel was horrible. I would wake up and have no appetite for a whole day, not even halfway through the day when you're like really hungry at lunchtime. Nah, it didn't matter. I would like bite into the bread, I would bite into anything, and I would feel automatically sick, like I couldn't have it. So I was so glad when he told me to stop taking the antibiotic, because I have not had nausea since. So I think that's pretty much it. That was my whole roaccutane experience. I just want to say thank you for watching my video. If you made it this far, it's a very long video, but I'll try to make it as informative as I could. I'm hoping that this video gave you a lot of information of my experience with roaccutane and what could be your experience if you're thinking about it. If you're thinking about going on it, I definitely recommend it. The results are amazing. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe down below, and especially if you want to learn more about my roaccutane journey and my future skin journey after roaccutane, I'll be sure to make more videos about that. Leave any questions down below if I didn't answer anything. If you guys have any questions that was not answered in the video, put them down below. Yeah, keep smiling. Bye.